Hello. In an effort to be open about the use of Canvas in case of a coronavirus outbreak and the need for closure of schools, I want to give you this ahead of the faculty PLC meetings. I am aware that Canvas has been the LMS of choice for grades 7 through 12 students so that the parents have one place to go to figure out what their kids need and what they need to get done should they not be able to come for face-to-face in classroom time. The easiest way to get to Canvas is through this Canvas Classroom button on the login screen for Provo City's Power School for teachers. And then if you only have one Google account on there, it'll just push you right through to Canvas. If you have more than one, like you can see that I do, you will need to click on your school account and then it pushes you right into Canvas. I do want to recognize that there is courses already there for you. You already have students in place because you're a teacher in the Provo district and have a Power School account. So, with that being said, there's things you can do to get started and have a meaningful course for students while they're away. And I will also be sending out instructions for how to use Google Classroom through Canvas. The advantage to that, of course, is the grade passback option that's available in Canvas but not in Google Classroom. You grade it once, you sync your grades, and you're good to go. So here's what I'm going to tell you about Canvas. You'll click on the course that you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use Advisory 2. Notice that it's published. I can unpublish this. And now no kids can see it. Only I can see and access this, but my students cannot. In order for it to be visible, I have to publish it. Now that it's published, the kids can go in and they can look at assignments. What I would recommend for you is just make a module first thing right before you do anything else. And so I'm going to model that for you. The module, let's call it Unit 2 since I already have a Unit 1. I'm going to go ahead and add that. And then I can add an assignment 2 places. I can make a new assignment in my module just by clicking on that, giving it a name, and all that's going to do is give me the shadow of that assignment. It doesn't have any details in it or anything. To put details in, you'll click on assignments and then you'll add an assignment. And let's say you want to make it a reading Q&A. I don't know why you would do that, but nonetheless, there it is. So what you can do here is you can type instructions. So typity, type, whatever instructions that you want to use to give your kids. You can write as much as you need to, and it'll all be there for the kids when they get in. You can make it whatever point value you want. You want it to be 1,000,000 points? Make it 1,000,000 points. You want it to be 5 points? Make it 5 points. That is up to you. You have that discretion. You can make it in an assignment group. If you have like a quiz group that you want, then click New Group. Okay. You can say don't count this towards the final grade, whatever it is you want to do. Submission type, you can do any submission type you'd like. You don't want them to submit, you just want them to do a reading, then they do a reading, and somehow you collect that evidence from them however you want. Maybe it's a quiz that you learn how to do in Canvas and they answer questions about it in there. You could do an online submission. That's going to give you text entry where they have a text box to type their answer, a website URL that maybe you had them build a website or go to a website or go find a website, whatever you want to do. Media recordings, you could click that if you want them to record a video of themselves doing sign language or speaking Spanish or anything like that. or file uploads. This would be something where you want them to do a Google Doc or a Word document or a PDF, whatever kind of file you want them to upload, they can upload it from their computer or Chromebook and bring that to you. Typically in the past, file uploads has been our favorite, but media recordings are a valid thing as well, especially for the performing arts that need to grade because they can record themselves doing a dance or singing or doing a one-person play or whatever it is that they need to do and you want to see them doing it or hear them. Okay, you can click this as a group assignment, but you have to have groups. I wouldn't do that off the beginning. I wouldn't worry about peer reviews for right now. You can read about those later. If you want it to be graded in a way that it's going to send it to PowerSchool for you so you don't have to type it into PowerSchool and have an error with your typing in scores, then you have this button checked. But again, if you're going to do that, you do need to have a due date. Otherwise, it won't go into PowerSchool. If you want it to count in PowerSchool in the term that you're in, because of the Canvas account being on the Greenwich Standard Time, it makes a big difference here if you tell it that it's due the day before the end of the term. So in PowerSchool, it shows up the day of the end of the term. It's a weird thing, I know, but that's the way it's going to be. And then, of course, I'm going to uncheck this because I want to save and publish. And now my kids can see it. Okay? And then I can go back home. Look at this. My home screen. Homeward bound. I wish I was. Oh, wait, we will be homeward bound if we're needing to use this. And then I can go in and add the assignment in my module, and I can pick whatever it was I just made. In this case, it was a reading Q&A. So I can add that to my module. And there's one last step you have to do, and that is to publish your module, or they won't be able to see it, and then it will do you no good. So make sure that that has a green check mark, otherwise it's not published. If you want to make multiple units and you don't want the kids to see the next units until they've done the unit before, then you can unpublish them and hide them until you're ready to publish those in the sequence of your course. As far as settings go, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of settings. You can change the name, you can pick an image for your course, you can pick one off of your dashboard, and let's see what I've got. Oh, there's some booger ones, the Big Bang, I don't know, air masses, advisory, layers of the earth. That's so gross. I don't know why I have that. You can put a GIF in there, things like that. And so while we wait, there it is. Okay, now watch what happens when I go to the dashboard. Okay, it's not going to do anything on the dashboard, which takes the fun out of it, but whatever. When I go back into settings though, if I'm bored, I can watch it over and over again and it'll work as a GIF. Or you can just put a picture. Okay, make sure that you don't touch these dates. These are a big no-no. Okay, leave those alone. Also, you can launch SpeedGrader filtered by group. You can enable course grading scheme, but don't mess with those. You don't need to do that. And then make sure you update course details before you leave this page. Okay, sections. This is where all your sections are. I have one section of advisory. I have 6 sections of biology, so I would have 6 sections here. And again, if you don't want kids to see something, like let's say I don't want them to see monitoring and reporting, you can drag it down here and it won't appear in the student's navigation. You don't want them to see the quizzes page, you bring it down here and you hide it from the kids. Anything that is up here, the kids have access to over here. Anything that's down here will not show up over here for the students. And so you'll see this little I next to it that's crossed out. That means you can see it, but the students can't. Okay, I don't want my students looking at all the people in the class. I move it away. I don't want them having access to my assignments page. Doesn't mean they can't have access to the assignments, but to the assignment page they can't. Okay, so do with that what you will. There's apps. I know there's a My Open Math is an app that you could use. We have other apps such as Google Drive and Google Course Kit and other things like that that you can embed in your course. There's a whole bunch of things. If you find one that's free and works for you, do it. In your feature options, there's Learning Master Gradebook that's on already.
That's what I found on the web.
Apparently Google wants to talk to me on my phone because I said Google's name. You can turn any of these things on that have a little button here. And so Quizlog auditing is good, especially in this case, because you'll want to look at quizzes sometimes to see if they're cheating. Anonymous grading, moderated grading, any of these things that you want to use, feel free to use. Okay? And then make sure that, again, on the navigation, that you save whatever it is you move, because I lost some of the things I put down there. So there you go. So save before you leave. Feature options, once you play with them, they're automatically there. Okay, so that's Canvas in a nutshell. I would recommend to you that if you get stuck or you want to explore other things like quizzes, click on Help, click on Search the Canvas Guides, and click Canvas Guides, and then go to Instructor. And here you can find helpful videos. You can find all sorts of good things. There's a table of contents that, hey, you want to know about assignments? Here you go. You want to learn about announcements? Here you go. New analytics to see which kids are using it, which ones aren't, how often they're using it. There you go. Okay, all of these things are here for you as a tutorial into becoming successful in Canvas. I know that's a lot, and you might not listen to all of this at one time. I get that, but it's here for you to use. As always, if you have questions, you can email me at davidk@provo.edu or reach out to your school's Canvas assistants, and good luck. Have fun. Enjoy it.